Last two discussions, we have addressed the importance of awareness meditation to develop not only awareness but also to keep the stress under control. Especially in the last occasion, you have gone through a practical session on it. This technique which you have proposed, which you have practiced, is based on the posture meditation. At the moment we are being seated, we know posture meditation can be practiced while we are standing or in the laying position. We can practice it also with the walking environment. If the change in direction is not very frequent, I think it is important to understand the technique which we practiced last time is related to Buddhist teaching. In fact, there are no direct examples similar to it in the Buddhist literature. It is true. But on the other hand, if you look at the first book of Abhidhamma, Dhammasaṅgaṇī, provides a very important clue with regard to doing meritorious actions. In the karma world we live, kamavachara kusala, or the meritorious actions that are related to the karma world are discussed in detail. It also describes the Dhyana state. They are discussed about the Dhyana state, which contain several important factors depending on which jhāna or which absorption which you are in. Out of all these five, or probably the factors, that is in the first jhāna, or in other words, the first jhāna contains five factors: vitakka, vicāra, pīti, sukha, ekaggatā. All these factors they are in the meritorious actions as well in the karma world. So, to get an understanding of the factors that we have developed to do kamavachara kusala, or meritorious action related to karma world, we can get a insight from the descriptions on jhāna. Because these factors are somewhat common. Therefore, will, therefore we will go to we'll extend our discussion to Sāmaññaphala Sutta, as we have done in most of the other discussions. Sāmaññaphala Sutta, Buddha gives us a very nice example or simile, which can be used to understand what these factors are. That is related to Dhana. But as Dhammasaṅgaṇī says, those factors exist in the Kāmāvacara Kusala as well. So when you do meditation, we are doing here, that comes under the Kāmāvacara Kusala, unless you have got into a Dhyana state. What is vitakka? Example given by Buddha is quite simple. Consider a cake of soap. A person wanted to prepare a liquid from this cake of soap. First he will start throwing water on the cake of soap in different directions. Each time when we throw water on the cake of soap, he has to focus on it. Certain part of the cake of soap, because he doesn't have the capability to throw water at every part of the soap. So vitakka is basically you select certain part of the object which you are going to address. So what you are doing here, in the last occasion also, when we wanted to focus on the body, we select parts. That is vitakka. So we focus on a particular part, then you have to keep the attention there for some time. You have to keep it at least a short interval. But as we know, if we try to keep our mind on a particular object for a longer period, that it will start wandering. It will not stay there. So initially, it should be short enough to hold. So similarly, a person who is preparing this soap solution will first address the part, then he will throw water. He has to throw water for a reasonable time. Not too long, not too short. So this is vitakka vicāra. But he has to get the whole soap cake wet. So it can be the same. It can't be the same place that you throw water. It has to be changed from place to place, preferably to adjoining place. This is pīti. You spread. You start spreading it, not keeping it at a particular place. So vitakka vicāra pīti. Usually we have a feeling. Actually, pīti is associated with a feeling. That's Vedana. But it is not. We have to know, pīti belongs to not feelings. Pīti is an action. It belongs to saṅkhāra. according to the Buddhist description. So you spread. So vitakka, vicāra, pīti. When you keep on doing this one, soap cake become soft. That is represented by sukha. And finally, when the whole soap cake is covered with water, it has absorbed it and has become soft. Then, actually, uniformity has been established. That is to say, ekaggatā. So this example given by Lord Buddha, or Buddha, with regard to first absorption, describe the factors that goes into the first absorption, but on the other hand, it also describes the properties described in the Dhammasaṅgaṇī prakarana, first book of Abhidhamma, describing the factors that should be there. There are other factors as well. Main factors that has to be associated with the every meritorious act. So when you are trying to do ekaggatā sutta, practice ekaggatā sutta, we are trying to develop this concentration through awareness meditation. Meritorious act. Therefore, if we cannot focus on whole body, we can conclude what we have to do is to direct our attention to parts of it and allow them to combine. Pīti. You address a part, keep your attention there for some time, then you spread your attention to another part and keep on doing that. In fact, that is what we were doing. We are trying to do last occasion. So, if you look at, we are using the property that Buddha had taught. We have a natural liking towards our body. So, at any time, we can take our mind into our body, any part of it. It's important to understand that although we can take our mind into any part of the body, keeping it at there is not easy, because we have trained our mind to have wandering experiences. So it will keep on moving towards some other objects. So what I think is, it is important to understand the logic behind what we did last time. I think if you have practiced it, you should have realized that it's not as difficult as you think. Especially if you get guidance by someone else. But you have to remember, you should not attempt to repeat the words. What you have to do is take your mind into the place that is being mentioned. If we keep it on, if we keep it doing it, then what will happen is you will start developing your meditation on body. So this experience which you are getting is related to posture meditation. Of course, anapanasati meditation or breathing meditation also has the same property. But it will require a much more sharper focus. So, if you try to do it alone, you may face more problems of keeping your mind at the same place. But posture meditation is related to a large body at the beginning. So you allow your mind, which has been trained to change their position by changing the position by yourself. Your direction, your place of direction is different as it goes on. But on the other hand, it has the property of continuity also. So it's important to understand that practicing position meditation will help you to develop your breathing meditation as well. But you can develop certain level of concentration through the posture meditation itself. I think you should understand the logic, how it works, and how it is related to the Buddhist teaching. But most important thing, you have to practice. I think if you keep on practicing, even a child can see the benefit that he is getting. His concentration power will increase. On the other hand, if you have stressors in the body, which can cause a lot of illnesses, chances of them reducing is also high. We have to be very practical about it. Don't expect all your illnesses to get cured by just practicing once or twice. But if you keep on doing it gradually, your concentration power will increase and your mind will become more powerful and your body will get relaxed. This sukha, or the becoming mind soft, of course, if you look at Dhammasaṅgaṇī speaks about few properties which can be considered as somewhat related to that. Lightness, lahuta, and the basically mruta, softness, and so on. So if you look at, actually, all these properties will be there. There are slight differences which we are not going to describe now. But what we have to do is, all those things are positive factors. But sukha, or feeling comfortable, can be easily observed by yourself. I think if you start doing this meditation without much difficulty, you will be developing your concentration power on one side, and the other hand, you can feel more happy and relax, which will reduce your several illnesses. It may not cure all the illnesses that you have, but definitely some of the illnesses can be cured by practicing posture meditation itself. We are looking at only one meditation in the awareness meditation. On the other hand, what we are saying, or probably what modern thinking of being aware or living at the moment, that objective also is satisfied with this only one meditation, posture meditation. I think we'll discuss about the other meditation techniques later, but for the time being, the importance of this meditation technique and how to do it and the benefits that will come out of it and how to get best benefits, you have to be aware. But most important part is you have to keep on practicing. Don't try to repeat the word. Somebody has to do the talking, or probably you can play a record and look at that part. But what you have to do is focus on the place when it is being said. So this technique covers most of the, particularly the factors necessary to develop your mind, develop your concentration power on one side, and it will allow and it will promote your inner feeling. If you practice it properly, definitely you will feel more happy. I think we'll stop it here, but I think that we will extend into the other meditation technique at a stage.